Would you like to know how do you get consistent customers for your services even while you're asleep? Now, if you are someone who is a self-employed professional or a small business owner, and if you're providing services and that means you're providing your effort and your time in return for money, this video is for you. And I would suggest you to stay till the end because I'm going to be sharing with you the three secrets on how this could be done. And I've been able to do this for a while now, been able to get about 30 to 100 potential customers for my business, and that too I've been able to do this every single week. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing my secrets on how I've been able to do this without having a massive following online or without having a huge network. If you want to know how that could be done, just stay till the end. Okay, so let me just quickly share my mind map with all of you over here. So these are the three things that I'm going to be sharing. But before starting, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please hit the subscribe button so that you don't ever miss any of these kind of informative videos from my end. All right, so the first thing to look into is what are the client or customer attraction problems. What are the problems that most entrepreneurs face while they're starting off? So here are a few list of problems. Okay, so the first thing is a lot of and medium business owners, or even self-employed professionals, they are juggling between a lot of responsibilities. You might not have a big team, and because of which you might not have a lot of time. Every single responsibility, right from marketing your business to selling your services to even doing the work for your customers to even managing your accounts, and a lot of different things are upon you, right? Because of which you might not have the enough time and you're juggling between a lot of responsibilities. So this is one of the major problems that you might face. Then the second client attraction problem could be not having a team or having a very small team. That's the same thing like what we've discussed in the first point. So if you don't have a team, you might not have a lot of time, because of which you will be engrossed in a lot of different activities. Then the third point over here is you're traveling, reducing your number of meetings. Now, when we have a meeting with a client, now this might be different for different businesses. Some might come to your office, sometimes you might go to the client's place or the suggested place for a meeting. And while you're traveling, it might take about half an hour to an hour in traveling. Okay, the meeting might take half an hour or 1 hour of the meeting to happen. Sometimes it might go even more beyond. And because of this, if you wanted to do a meeting with about 100 clients, because see, when you do a meeting with, let's say, 10 people, do all the people convert? Yeah, do everyone give you business? Obviously not, right? There's a few percentage that will convert, and that might be because of multiple factors: the way you sell your services, because of the need of the customer, and multiple different reasons. But the thing is, what we need to understand over here is sales is a numbers game. That means not everyone is going to buy from you. And when you're putting in a lot of time in meetings, when you're putting in a lot of time in traveling, there is a very few meetings that you can handle. For example, if you wanted to have 10 clients and maybe your conversion rate is 10%, that means you will have to do about 100 meetings in order to get 10 clients, right? Now, if you are spending about an hour in one single meeting, it might take you about 2 months in order to get 10 clients. Yeah, so this could be a major problem. Yeah, then the next problem that we have over here is referrals are not working. That means you have done some good work for someone, but you're not consistently getting referrals from their end. Yeah, so this could be a major problem. So maybe you are dependent upon referrals and there are no other channels of inflow of clients that you're getting. Yeah, so these are the four problems that we might face as a small business owner, or as a self-employed professional just starting off right now. If you don't have a lot of referral networks that are giving you current reference. Okay, and let's look into the second point right now. Now the second thing over here is, what is the customer perspective? So we've looked into the client perspective, the service provider perspective, based on the client problems, client attraction problems. Now let's look into what are the customer perspectives. So here are 5 customer perspectives on what makes customers gravitate towards a particular service provider, or what makes customers buy from people. Yeah, so let's quickly look into this. So the first thing is, people want someone who is easy to find. Right now, let's say if I am a customer for a particular service and I have no relative or no connection who knows about that service, or who knows someone who's providing that service, The easiest thing that I would do is just pick up my phone and Google it. This particular service near me. Where do I have it near me? Now, if you are easy to find, you might have an advantage over the others and over the competition, right? So the first thing is, are you easy to enough to find? Because in today's generation, no one is going to go, in fact, there are very few people who would just go on the road and shout for, hey, taxi, taxi. Yeah, what would you do in today's age? You just pick up your phone, order a cab through Ola or Uber or any other mode of any other app that you have in your locality, right? So you got to be easy to find with respect to the customer, because customers don't want to put in a lot of effort in finding. They want everything quick. Yeah. Then the second thing is, are you providing easy solutions in less time? The average attention span of a person has become very less, which is easily about just like 3 or 5 seconds to 15 seconds. And while you are spreading your message to the people, are they getting attracted to you? And this attention span has become low because of the social media that we have right now, because of the rise of internet, and because of a lot of options that people have. So if you're able to give easy solutions in less time, that's going to be really very impactful, because you know that easy solution in less time is going to capture someone's attention very quickly. Yeah, so we need to look into this, is whether we are giving some easy solutions in less time to people. Then the third thing that we have over here is, are you easy to reach out to? Okay, like are you very much active online? Or even if you're active online, have you given some button, some call to action button, where people can actually book a call with you, or maybe they can attend your webinar, or maybe anything, like something where you'd be able to connect with the customer? Is it easier for them to reach out, right? Because customers might come to you maybe through social media, through your website, or through multiple different channels, but if they're not able to find that quick way, or a method of reaching out to you, they might switch on to somebody else. So this is a third thing to find out. Then the fourth thing over here is, do you have a strategy for giving quick response? you know Customers want to be cared. People want to feel that they are cared enough. And whenever, let's say, they're booking a call, or maybe they are messaging you, are you quickly responding back? Okay, this is very important, because if that there are no email going off, or if there is no SMS or any message which is going back, then that will be a problem, because then the customers might have a need, but because you are not responding back, they might switch on to somebody else for that need, right? So quick response is very important. For example, when you buy a product, as soon as you buy a product, you get a message, right? Congratulations and thank you for purchasing from us. So that kind of a response. Okay, then the fifth customer perspective that we have over here is, are you someone that could be trusted? Because when customers are looking for a service, they might look at multiple options. There are like 4 or 5 options that they might have. And the reason why they will select a particular option is when they are completely in belief that this person can solve my problem, this person can cater to my needs. And that belief is because of the trust that they have in a particular person or their product or service. So is there a way that you are building trust in the market? Yeah, so this is what we need to think about. So we have first looked into the client attraction problems, the problems that service providers would face in order to attract customers. Second, we have looked into the customer perspective, what are customers actually looking for? And now let's quickly jump on to the third thing, which is what you got to do. That is, you got to build pathways for your customers in order for them to achieve all of these things, their perspective. So how do you build that pathway? That is the game over here. So here are 3 things. Okay, so the first thing is, you got to solve problems. Yeah, as simple as that. Now see, you're providing a service, you have some expertise, and you're giving your time and effort in order to cater that problem for a client. Now, whatever problems that the client might face while you are giving the service, and even because why they are taking your service, those problems you got to solve. Okay, and here are 5 things over here. So the first thing over here is, people don't like to be sold. So if you're just always selling, like, I am this service provider, if you have any requirement, come to me, I do this. If you have any requirement with related to this product or service, come to me. If we are always selling, there's no uh, a good kind of connection, because everyone is doing that, right? So people don't like to be sold, but what people like is they love free advice. Yeah, so if you are giving some advice which can solve a problem for any user, any customer, the thing is they are more gravitated towards you, right? So are you giving some free advice? And the third thing is, solving problems, it builds interest in the minds of the customers. you know you become an authority in their minds. They see you as someone who, as a go-to person whenever they face that kind of a problem. It's a kind of a relation building system. Yeah, and when you build good relationship, that is when people would love to get services from you. And the fourth thing is, this builds a subconscious relationship, as I said, because as and how you're continuously solving their problems, maybe you're putting out some pieces of advice that could help them solve any problem, which is related to your space. It builds a subconscious relationship in the minds of people. Then ultimately, all of these things, it builds trust, right? So this is how you become someone that could be trusted. Yeah. Now that is the first thing. You got to solve problems. Now the question arises, how do you solve these problems? Yeah, and some of you probably know it by now, and that would be done through different modes of communication. So for example, not everyone loves reading books. Okay, you might be someone who loves reading books, or you might be someone who doesn't read books. Some people really love watching videos. Okay, in fact, most of the people love binge watching on videos. Some people like to listen. Let's say if you're training in the gym, yeah, or if you are just driving your car, people love to listen, right? So there are different modes of communication that you can put out your solutions for the problems. Okay, that could be through information images. Like we have platforms like Instagram, Facebook. You could put it over there. You could put audio for people to listen. It could be in the form of podcasts. It could be videos like YouTube videos, Facebook videos, and multiple stuff. And it could be articles also. Like it could be blog articles, or it could be articles on LinkedIn, wherever your audience is present, right? But if you are able to put out content in all of these four pieces in different modes of communication, that is going to be the best, because that way, whoever is inclined to that mode of communication, you are attracting those people towards you. Yeah, and ultimately this whole thing boils up to one thing, which is content. Yeah, so content is something that people can watch even while you are asleep. That means you don't have to physically be present over there in order for people to get some free advice or some free knowledge and solutions for their problems, right? So this whole thing was about content. But the thing is, see, if I just straight away tell you got to make content, it makes no sense, because see, all of these things are very much important. On why do you need to make content? It's easy to find. People get solution in less time. Easy to reach out. Yeah. So here are the things when it comes to content. First thing is, it works for you even while you're unavailable. Okay, you might be asleep, you might be in some meeting, you might be doing some work, but it is always available on any platform, right? So whenever someone is facing a problem, they can have a look at that solution, and that subconscious trust is built in their minds. Okay, then the second thing is, people can share with it. Now let's say I am not facing the problem, but maybe my neighbor is facing problem, maybe some of my relative is facing a particular problem. I can share that content with them, right? So it can be shared. Then the third thing that we have over here is, you become easier to find. Now when you are consistently posting content outside, it becomes easier for people to find you, right? You can give a call to action in the content. Like if you found this to be useful, and if you feel that you need these services and you don't have enough time to do them, please reach out to me. We'll give a call to action at the end. Yeah. Then the next thing, the fourth thing over here is, it builds trust with your potential customers. Now not everyone is going to buy from you from the first piece of content that they see, because everyone's problem might be different, right? So keep on posting content, and because you're an expert at what you do, and because you're doing that, you're walking the path, there are multiple problems that you might be facing. Yes. And when you are able to solve these problems, and when people are able to relate with those problems with you, they are going to reach out to you, right? And this is how it will build trust consistently in the minds of people. And ultimately, the fifth thing is, creates a pathway for your customers when they are in real need. Now, they might not need your services right now, but maybe they might need it 2 months from now. Maybe they might need it 2 years from now. But when you have these pathways which are connected to you from multiple different channels, this makes it easier for customers to trust you and reach out to you whenever they have a need, because subconsciously you will always be in their minds. Yeah. So if you found this to be useful, please type in useful in the comment box. And if you want to know how do you do this in an automated manner where you're not spending in more time, but you're putting out quality content in less time, so that you build a system around it. If you want to know how this could be done, please click on the link below. I've given the link in my description to attend my next free webinar on how do you get multiple clients running to buy your services by building an automation system. Okay, just click on the link and see you live in the webinar. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have not click the like button, please hit the like button and hit the subscribe button so that you don't ever miss any other informative videos like this from me. See you in the next video. Until then, bye bye and take care.